And welcome to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Ale Wolf, otherwise known as Ales, Gentleman's Dreamer, the no-throne Cicerone, the excellence of an execution. And welcome back. New week, new streaming week. It is Wednesday night where I dwell, and I think we're good to go. I think we're pumped, we're energetic, ready to kick things off. This celebration, if you will. And celebration might actually be a good word here. I just, not 20 minutes ago, I did see the first Grasshopper Direct from Grasshopper Manufacturer. Now, Grasshopper Manufacturer is known for making, in a very minimalistic sense, offbeat games. Long-time fans of the stream will know that I specifically enjoy No More Heroes, the No More Heroes franchise. And so I was very interested to see what they would have up their sleeve for a direct, their first direct. It also does happen to be their 25th year anniversary. So I, me and everyone else who tuned in thought that it would be something special. And let me say that they didn't disappoint. Maybe I'll talk about it some more tomorrow, that I'll be streaming Travis Strikes Again, but for now I suggest you go and watch it. If it isn't my favorite male streamer, Ales, well, I appreciate I hold that distinction, and I go, welcome, and how are you doing? The Blurred Out game is a No More Heroes game. Oh, you mean from the direct? Yeah, I mean, I feel like that is one possibility. If you don't mind letting me know why you think that is, that'll be interesting. I don't know why I'm drinking water. This is the Ales and Fails Twitch. All right. What was I gonna do? Yes, so tonight we'll actually be going back to the world of The Legend of Zelda, the original NES classic from 1986, I guess. And as you might recall, I think I'm in the middle of level 5 of the first quest. I'm using some maps that I found online. This isn't my first time going at this game. I did play it back when I was a wee lad. Did I see the screenshots? I didn't see anything more than the direct itself, so I probably did not. I'm guessing that they hold some additional content there. Yeah, but before we get into the game, let me just talk about what we're drinking tonight. And this is a Paulaner Pils, which is a Pilsner from Paulaner München Brewery from Germany. What is a Pilsner exactly? Well, a Pilsner is a type of lager. And of course, lager is different than an ales. This is not the Lager and Fail show, but we do enjoy our lagers here. Pilsners are nothing more than lagers that have a certain noble hops with them, which gives them a very specific, very traditional flavor in terms of their bitterness. I kind of tend to describe them as steely. They're steely in their hops. I guess that's not necessarily a transferable descriptor, but that is. It's kind of it's a very interesting finish. It's very solid. It's very consistent. Pilsners are very refreshing, and I certainly favor the German variety. Paulaner itself is one of the 6 oldest breweries in the Munich region and one of the hosts of the yearly Oktoberfest. But that's enough about my babbling. Let's see what Untapped has to say on this particular issue. And let's go over what's on there. So a healthy 4.8% alcohol by volume. Paulaner has brought back a classic Germany Pilsner that delivers a clean, crisp taste. Our Bavarian brewers are particularly experienced in crafting classic Pilsner beers and ready to fill the growing demand for a lighter, more refreshing products. I definitely thought that was going to be a little more of a historical view into the beer itself, but oh well. beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. Let's go back to intermission in general. And let's actually go ahead and taste this. Alright. So have my trusty tulip glass from Blue Oak Brewing. Pilsners tend to be relatively light in body. They have crisp taste. They effervesce quite well, like a good soft drink, which is not something that can be said as in terms of a lot of ales. I can already sense that hoppy, steely flavor that comes from the noble hops of the Pilsner. Wagon Ale derrière. And so very light, absolutely a 1 out of 5 in terms of body, almost like a cider really. There's very little in terms of sweetness, but you do sense a gentle taste of malts there. There's definitely an overtone of a hoppiness and bitterness throughout, but it's nothing overpowering, and it is actually quite accommodating. And I want to say that it only increases towards the end of the drink, which kind of gives it a clawing character to it, which compels you to have another sip. So very delicious Paulaner Pils. Quite enjoyable. And I don't know that I've drank anything from Paulaner that I disliked. Let me go ahead and update my ticker here, just in case we've got any, in case we get a raid all of a sudden and they're like, well, why was I dropped in here? And also, what is this fella drinking over here? Okay, so I think that's that. Let me go ahead and rate this. I guess the last time I rated this, it was a 3.25, which means that I enjoy it, but it is not necessarily anything particularly special. I might even go as far as a 3.5 on a draft, but 3.25 seems to be quite agreeable tonight. So with that, let's move this out of the way and let's get into our game. And let me put up the volume here. Alright. I don't know why I said that. And so like I said, I am playing off of suspend points here. So let me go find the last one that I created. 6, 8, 2:15 in the morning. And I think my issue here was that I consumed my medicine, so I probably want to leave this dungeon and come back before I proceed. Of course, trying to find a lady that sells medicine sometimes can be quite challenging. Let's see where I am on the map first. Storytime Ales. This one is more tame, but as always, want your thoughts. Certainly, feel free to tell your tale. Appreciate the fact that it might be a little lighter today. All right, let's see where we are exactly. Where the heck are we? And we do have the warp whistle, or at least the whistle. I don't know that I would call it. I don't think it's a warp whistle at this time. I know that eventually you're able to warp with it. Oh, I guess you. What was that? All right, let's try this again. Okay, so this actually allows you to travel between dungeons. I guess I have forgotten that. For some reason I thought that it allowed you to travel between fairy fountains, but maybe I'm mistaken. Let's see. So I jumped to smaller cute streamer girls. Okay, that's certainly a predilection, a preference, a predisposition. I realized today that I'm not a loser doing loser things sometimes. That's a good thing to realize. You are not a loser. I say that because this girl's community are nerdy. Well, fair enough. I'm assuming that they are handcrafting their own community. Let's see, if I'm at level 1, the closest medicine shop is... Actually, I might as well go to level 4. I think that makes the most sense. So this is 2. I might have the most powerful weapon, most powerful sword in the game, but that doesn't actually help me one bit. Did it just send me back to level 1? Yeah, this is level 1. Okay, let's give it one more go. Where is this? This is level 3. Maybe it just sends me randomly to different dungeons. And this is 3 again. I'm confused. You know what? I'm just gonna foot it. It's not like it's that long of a route anyways. Nice, I got my hearts back. Let's see. So all her friends and community are dweebs in voice chat, and I join. I get praise for my gameplay and me being suave and chill. So I asked the streamer if she wanted to play Fall Guys with me, and she agreed. So today she messaged me. She's ready, and I said me too. So we play and have a nice conversation. Then since we are in a public chat room on Discord, people join and throw the vibe off while she's vibing with me. That's unfortunate. Too many cooks in the kitchen, as they say. Alright, so this is where I wanted to go, but for some reason it didn't. That is strange. Oh well. What the... Why would they put a monster right there? Okay. So this is where the old woman should be. I just keep bumping into guys. I guess one thing that I keep failing to do is keep re-equipping the boomerang, which is actually what allows me to stun things before they actually collide into me. And of course it's out of my price range, imagine that. I don't mind because I can juggle a little, and they only make me seem better because one-on-one sometimes in a party chat can be overwhelming for many weird reasons. Girls can conjure up. Well, I'm sure that it's not only girls that can conjure up reasons to make a one-on-one weird. I have certainly been on that end myself. Alright, let's see if we can just... Actually, right up here is a fairy fountain. Actually, I didn't need the fairy fountain. I guess I forget how expensive things were in this game, or just the fact that I don't get enough rupees here in general. And I believe in this game, if you defeat a number of enemies without without getting hit in a row, that you get that bombs drop. I think that's what that was. Ooh, a blue one. Sometimes I'm just waiting for these things to pop up, and sometimes they don't. I wonder how many screens you need to travel before a particular skin screen gets refilled. Alright. Wow, they are sure being stingy with the rupees here. Well, let's call it training.
Sauces, dips, and dressings make all kinds of dishes taste their best. But these days, consumers want more adventurous.
That's what I get from looking at websites with heavy ad contents. Let's see. Then a girl joined aside from the first guy, and she noticed the streamer is asking me questions and wanting to know me better, and it's more a one-on-one conversation, so she steps aside, and then who I thought was just her friend, a Paisita dude, is her boyfriend, mind you. And I have great pull with them, so I think she feels that and me. And then I feel like, wow, now I understand she's... Well, I suppose that's one reading of the situation. I'm sure that you felt awkward in that at that moment. Don't know what I would have done myself. But I guess, what did you end up doing? Did you leave the chat, or? And I think this is a gambling game. No. 64, I think I'm only 4 coins away. I keep calling them coins, but I know that they are rupees. Very refreshing. Gotta make sure not to lose my beams. All about these beams. Okay, I think I've got enough. Just feel like clearing the field. Come on, guy. Okay. Let's see. Because her boyfriend was kind of pandering to me and being extra careful and nice, trying to get on my good side because he feels defeated that his girl didn't tell him about me. So she's sneaky, which is good because we live relatively close to each other. And if we do something in real life, he's trying to lower my guard so I don't get at his girl. And then you left. Well, I've got to say that once again I find myself amiss to how to respond to a situation like that, given that I don't necessarily have practice at this complex of a level. I will say though, that is at the very least an unusual scenario. I don't know that. What am I trying to say here? I don't know that you would immediately find yourself comfortable, and it seems to me that given the fact that you parted afterwards, that you didn't necessarily seem to think that it was worthwhile pursuing, at least for today. You read something else here. They messaged me 2 paragraphs saying sorry, and next time we have more privacy. No, sorry. Then message me 2 paragraphs saying sorry, and next time we'll have more privacy. So I guess from my understanding, she wants to pursue something with you, or at least wants to have a good conversation with you, more in private, which is I guess depending on what her actual relationship status is, maybe precisely what she wants. And I'm assuming that I guess at this point, well, what do you think about you're going to do, or is that what you're asking me, who has very little understanding of this particular setup? Alright, I think if I simply use the warp zones, I should be able to get to level 5 once again, because level 5 was... Right, I remember, it's all the way by the top. By the top, that's quite the descriptor for anybody. Nice, the clock. And so if we keep taking the same one at the same time, we should arrive where we need to. Okay. So I didn't know she had a boyfriend, let alone... Then again, he seems nice, but why be extra nice to me all of a sudden? It smelled like insecurity, and I'm not fond of talking to dudes who seem weird. I make a lot of space between me and them, especially if a girl is involved. I focus on her if she's cool. What would your read be to why he was being extra nice to me? Well, once again, not necessarily knowing any additional context here, my assumption, would potentially be that he's trying to get in her good graces for some potential trespass, or simply to getting better graces with her in terms of their relationship. I would assume that this is more of an open relationship at this point, and perhaps he's trying to demonstrate the fact that he is trusting with her decisions and her and who she decides to talk to. I at least in my previous experiences, I have never been as well, first of all, I've never been in a situation like that, but second of all, I don't know that I've ever been extra obsequiously nice to somebody who is evidently trying to ingratiate themselves with my significant other. Let's see. Because he seems... Yeah, that would be my take on it. My only other take on this, and once again, I know nothing about nothing. One assumption that I'm just gonna throw out there. Let's say I'm throwing out an assumption for fun. Perhaps how to say it? You know what? You know what? I'm not gonna make assumptions here. I will say that I think there's a couple of factors here that, if I was you, I would probably put into play. Number one, are you okay having been put in that situation without not necessarily knowing that that's what you were actually, where you were actually being placed in this particular situation where clearly she has a boyfriend, and that kind of caught you off guard, and how that made you feel. And then of course the second part of this, which is are you thinking about pursuing? And of course the question also comes to, what exactly are you trying to get out of this particular connection with this individual, and what are your expectations? And kind of understand that potentially, should you decide to pursue, this other gentleman is going to be part of the transaction in one way or another. I can't imagine that he is not going to be part of the equation in some way or another, given the fact that it seems like it's a pretty it seems like an open relationship. But those are my thoughts on that. I'm too funny. No, this is actually largely who I play on real life. Let's see, let's find a map for level 5. Okay, so last time we went all the way up and we were actually able to get the whistle, which is why we were hit so many times. So this time we actually don't need to go through that passage full of those dark nuts. Why are they called dark nuts anyways? Okay, I think let's go to the right and kill all of those Poles voice. I'm too funny. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't you certainly present very interesting scenarios in IGO. Alright, let's see. So these guys, and I think we place a bomb here, which will lead us back to the same guy that gave us the message. And the Dogger is actually the boss of this dungeon, and I think the old man is alluding to the fact that he will also come to the warp whistle. It's a dark room. I still remember how menacing these things were without the magical sword back in the day. Let there be light. Okay, so if we go up, actually let's go to the left and then up. Since there's a room we actually didn't get to. Can always use some bombs. Actually, let's put the boomerang back on. And this one doesn't open. I wonder if one of these pillars moves. Maybe not. Let's see, not pursuing, letting it happen, but raising her attentions to maybe a potential of fun, but never took into account he might be involved in some way because he's her boyfriend playing support role in Overwatch. Support role, in my opinion, is either they are in some way subservient if you're a dude overplaying damage or tank. I play damage, of course, and I'm good at it. Of course. Well, I suppose it is always good to have some confidence in your ability, as they say. Let's see. Well, if that is all you are seeking, some entertainment, and she is giving you this particular opening, And like I said, if you're comfortable with this particular arrangement, then so be it. Like I said, at this point it remains unclear to me, based on your story, just how potentially involved this other gentleman might be in whatever happens in the future. Oh, these guys. Is that 3 dodongos? Before we only needed 1 to clear the room. Waste of bombs. Wow, 2 hits clean off. Nice. One coin. Ah, thank goodness, some bombs. And that's the door that I meant to go to. I don't know, it's weird. If it happens, it happens, but I'm not worried about it. Look elsewhere in the meantime. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what your interests are, but if this is something completely out of left field, maybe it takes some merit to evaluate the potential outcomes here before proceeding. Alright. And the key for our troubles. And up we go. And this is where the dodongos were. Dodongo. And I think if this map is correct, the map should be upstairs. It's not actually upstairs, it's just north. Okay, and this is one of these rooms that can't actually be accessed, even if I have the ladder here. Now, if only I had a hook shot. Let's light it up. Nice. Some good coins here. I'm sure I'll probably have to use coins for arrows very soon. This level also has a few more rooms with Pulse Voice. Okay. So that's that. Let's go up. And the Gibdos. And it would certainly be nice if these guys were extra frail against fire, but I don't think it actually does anything more than standard damage. Nice. I think we're at full bombs. We started with only 8 bomb capacity, but I think at some point we increased 4. Somebody sold us like more bombs or something like that. Okay, and this is the map room where we just were. Yeah, this is exactly where we were. And if you're just tuning in, we're enjoying a delicious Paulaner Pilsner. I should have really had a TV show. Let's see. Because when she went, I asked him how long you have been friends with her, and his nerdy voice was like, actually, we've been dating for 2 years now. The first thing he says, like he has to make it known. Now the tone he said it aggravated me, like marking her as territory. I get a little rage when I hear that. I like, oh really? Yes, very delicious. Well, that's unfortunate that that's how it came off, and nobody's territory. So I'm assuming that potentially he wanted to demonstrate just how the strength of their relationship, and potentially, again, obviously not knowing exactly how he said it to you, maybe tried to scare you off, but then that wouldn't make sense because he was being overly nice to you before. So that's a thinker right there. Alright, so let's light this room first before we actually try and attack these chumps. Okay, nice. The red ones are a little weaker than the blue ones, I think. Actually, if I shoot them from the ladder, they can't actually go into the ladder. That's actually something that I didn't even think about. Not that all rooms have pits, of course. And here's the compass. Not that the compass is actually very useful in this game. It only shows you where the Triforce is. No, he was nice afterwards. Well, that's good. After saying that, I feel even the girl kind of felt weird about it. Well, like I said, this is not the most commonplace situation in the world. Of course, I've been out of the game for so many decades at this point that I don't actually know. Why am I... Darn you, antivirus blocker. You know, at the very least, he potentially felt weird about putting you in that situation, not knowing how you would react. Even if this is not the first time that something like this happens. And that is just my guess. Out of the game, Ale still got the goodies though. Your mileage and your reading of the actual truth may vary. Alright, let's clear this room. Probably Paul's voice last, since they probably take the most damage. At the very least, we can actually attack them from afar, so not too bad. Maybe we don't need to waste on arrows for this one. They are tough, whatever the case. Okay, and can we just bomb up, since it seems like there's a room right there? No, unlikely. Come on, believe. You know what, I'm going to say that I've got other virtues and I'm pretty happy with that. A little bit too late for my taste. Wait, so we have actually already been up there, right? These games look fun to watch. It's so simplistic. Yeah, it is the very first Legend of Zelda, so what you see is what you get, sort of thing. Difficulty a lot of the time simply comes from trying to go through rooms that are packed with enemies. Oh, great. Beautiful. And I think we can actually bomb this north wall to go into the Eye of the Lizard. I certainly remember a secret power is said to be in the arrow. That's a very general statement. Thank you, old man. He's certainly no bug extra. I certainly remember when I was a kid playing this game and kind of just being stressed out by this particular theme. Of course, back then I wasn't really very good at games in the first place, so I would often perish. So the boss room is next, and I think I need to play the recorder for this one. Either that or arrows, we'll see. And there he goes. Now it's just a matter of... There we go. Let's check out this room before we leave. These guys waste no time. I feel like the enemies in this game pretend to move at random motions, but I think that most of the time their movements actually have them come close to you at every movement. Alright, here we are. Wow, another Aelwolf classic. Okay, so level 5 complete. Which means that level 6 is next. And I believe level 6 is actually in the graveyard area, which I actually don't care for it too much. And so I think we can probably just warp there using one of the Alright, we can't go right at this point. What makes a Final Fantasy game is it be turn-based with a bunch of weird characters. That is my take. Thank you for answering the question of the night, Inigo. Let's see, and I only played 15 and I liked it, but I didn't finish it. Right, the number 15, I believe it's supposed to be like a road trip type of game. I haven't played it myself, but hopefully one day I will. The reason why I posted that was because I think today they released a demo for Final Fantasy 16, and a lot of people were complaining that it does not play like a real Final Fantasy. I don't know that I have necessarily like hard set rules as to what Final Fantasy is supposed to be, but at least in my mind, there's generally like an overarching narrative, and you have character progression with like stats and levels and things like that, and that's really kind of how far it goes. Each of the generally the characters have some sort of character class, but not necessarily. I wonder how this 16 is different. Oh, come on. Every time. Get over here, you blunderbuss. Let's see, so I skimmed through the grasshopper thing. That was really said the presentation looked boring and low budget. I know Shadow's remake and the new game, which Travis is in, with 25-year merchandise. Actually, have you gone and visited the merch store? I think, well, first of all, they don't really ship anything out of Japan, but they've only got, I think it's like 8 shirts in store, and they're all pretty minimalistic, which is fine. I thought that they were going to have a bit more. I wonder if that's part of the, that's also part of the, I don't want to say gag, but I want to say, I wonder if that's also just part of this whole anniversary show not show sort of thing. Don't get me wrong, I liked it, but I was certainly waiting for a little bit more. I definitely thought it was weird that they were having a direct all of a sudden right after that Shadows of the Damned announcement, though. I feel like it's almost like they could have kept that particular reveal for the direct, but because they wanted to deflate the direct, they decided to announce it like a few days before, or a couple weeks before. But who knows? Suda works in mysterious ways. Let's see, I think Suda is getting too comfortable with making people complacent with BS marketing. Like, oh wow, he did the thing again. Haha, no. I don't like he keeps doing the same gag. He's too old for that. Just make a game and move on. Yeah, there's certainly a read. And I don't think that the answer is one or the other. I think maybe the answer is somewhere in the middle. These Tektites. Why are they even called Tektites? Yeah, but I can't imagine that he or the company really is vested in merchandise. Now, I would love to have said merchandise, but I don't think that they really need it. What was I doing? Oh yeah, going to level 6. Alright, and I think the warp is over here. Nice. Another thing that boomerang comes handy for is picking things up from a far away distance. From a distance. I really don't care for these creatures. Alright, so in my mind level 6 was kind of an infamous level, and that's because this is the first place that you encounter Wizrobes. And those guys are quite obnoxious. Oh, and actually there's a... medicine woman here. That's convenient. I am certainly going to need that as I trek through this dungeon. Oh, come on. Okay, and this is a double entrance, and this one's kind of creepy. So let's steel our nerves. Let's see, where am I at? Alright, let's get to it. Let's mosey. And let me pull up my map over here. Level 6 is the dragon. Like a dragon. It's interesting that I guess one thing that I don't remember from playing this before is the fact that the game does give you extra keys as time passes through the dungeons, and you get to keep those keys. So I believe the red Wizrobes are stationary, whereas the blue ones that move. Jeez, and they constantly appear and disappear, ready to fire at you. So every time they do pop up, you kind of just have to dodge them. Aim at the eyes of Goma. I believe Goma only has one eye, But this is actually a good tip. Thank you, old man. You may yet be a bug extra. I think somebody told me that this game only has 3 soundtracks. The overworld, the dungeon theme, and I think that's the victory theme when you get like a Triforce. Which is kind of odd. I thought that it had more, but I guess that's all it needs. Ooh, I guess I killed the boss, which means that the rest of them disappear. I guess that's another faculty mechanic here, that if you kill the leader of the bunch, you know him well, the other ones will disappear. But of course there's absolutely nothing that tells you which one of them is the boss. The compass. I think as a kid, I remember specifically going from level 5 to level 7 just to make sure that I had one more heart container before going into level 6. Which of course works, but that is how concerned I was about going through this place. Oh, come on, they're just trying to take my sword beams away. Which they already did. So obnoxious, these statues. Like, the room is clear, why are they still firing? Okay. So this is actually just a straight road based on the map. But then the room after this is full of both likes and blue Wizrows, so get ready for the fight of my life, I guess. Wonder if I can get lucky using arrows, actually. Especially now that I don't have my sword beams. No, I guess not. Gotta stay away from the likes, that's actually the main issue here. Maybe I just need my boomerang. And of course there's bubbles here. Jeez. Gotta dodge these blasted bubbles. And there's actually only one of them. And of course my control pad just decides to waffle at the worst possible moment. Okay. What the? Bubble. Come on. Come on. And of course, no prize for my problems. Alright, let's move on. It certainly was nice in the Game Boy game, Link's Awakening. You could actually kill those with another ad. You could actually kill those using the boomerang, I believe. Let's see, what's next here? Another room full of witch robes, I think. If I kill them first. How many times can they shoot? Nice, but certainly not worth my trouble here. Okay, and I think next we've got a Gliok. Wow, and nothing to recover here, really. Madness, I say, madness. Okay, I think we've got to use the potion. Now, if only, I tend to forget how difficult these games used to be back in the day. Well, at the very least I have my sword beams back, but who knows how long that'll last. And again, the Switch Pro controller just keeps waffling every once in a while whenever I input the up direction on the D-pad. It's a little upsetting. Nice, and here's our map. As Guonam once said. And I think I probably... Oh, I see where I am. Let's go upstairs first. See what happens. I don't know that there's a right way here. Of course I had to attack just at that moment. Once again, no hearts. No reward for my elastic heart. So that's one way to go. Let me bomb this place. Is this a place where I get the super rod? Ah, yes. Good thing that I didn't skip out on this. So this is the magic rod, which actually allows me to fire beams very similar to the Wiz Robes. In some ways it is actually more powerful than the sword beams because it doesn't go away whenever you lose one heart. Let's try to actually check to see if it works against the Wiz Robes though. I might be simply suggesting a falsehood. Pray tell not. No. Wow. That D-pad just failed me there. Unfortunately, it is not as strong as the sword. I just don't want to be close to those guys. I don't want my big shield to be destroyed. Okay, so I think we can bomb once more on this side. I guess that's one good thing about having the map in the game. If you don't have a map on the internet, it actually tells you potential locations that could be bombable. There are secrets where fairies don't live. Given the fact that fairies don't live in a bunch of places, that might be a little bit of a generalization again, old man. But I think he's alluding to the entrance to dungeon number 7. Might just. Oh, come on. Get away! Oh, jeez. I gotta... They're just trying to throw me in onto a like. And here I go. Oh, wow. It didn't actually take. So the Wizrobes... Oh, okay. Let's continue. All the way from the beginning. I'm gonna go find a fairy fountain. It's also ludicrous that they wouldn't revive me with a full set of health. Of course, Medicine Woman is there, but I've still got the blue potion on me, so it doesn't make sense for me to go to her. Blast you, dungeon number 6. You continue to best me. And I think this place has a fairy fountain. Yes. "5 minutes later." Well, let's definitely try and get exactly where we were before. Kind of amusing that the Wizrobes wouldn't necessarily be immune to the magic rod, but I guess they are magic, so magic does not allow magic. No, that doesn't make sense. Like magic resists magic, I guess maybe that's the idea. At the very least, I didn't get my shield eaten, but I'm surprised that that didn't actually happen. Ah, why is my life terrible? Give me a heart. What happened there? Alright, I can't approach them from the top. I might as well just go back to the fairy fountain at this point. And I believe these are called armor statues. Armos statues. Unless one of these gives me a fairy, there's no point in continuing this dribble. Dale dribble. Nice. Let's go back. Surprise fairy. Okay. Let's just go in. So let's go all the way back up. Retrace our steps. and the boss was defeated. Alright, let's see. The room with the traps. Let's see. Something I post things on my close friends' Instagram stories that is not safe for work. How would you feel if a guy you knew from childhood was like when we get a POV angle? Felt disgusted him asking me that, haha. Wait, so I'm assuming that the content that you're posting is not you, it is just something that you're posting that is not safe for work, and they are asking for a point of view in terms of your reaction for it, I guess. Yeah, maybe I'm missing something here, like I'm not understanding, because I am not one to understand such things, of course. Hey, get away. Away with ye. And these guys just truck along. It's so frustrating. Wow. They just threw me right into the thing. At this point, they're essentially like pinball bumpers. We made it. I wonder if I could have just moved the stone though without... Let's see. It's me and the girls, but you don't see... Huh. You see them, but I make sure you don't see them. Well, that's certainly a bold move, in I go. Regardless of the content though, Intermission at the very least, wow, there goes that. Yeah, I guess it is at the very least unusual that they would ask you for additional perspectives on the situation, given the context that you're giving me. But at the same time, could one fair read be simply that they're jesting, that they're being funny about it? I mean, that would probably be my first take on it. I certainly wouldn't like the comment, but I certainly would assume, you know what, maybe they're joking. At least at the very least, I would hope that they are joking. I would hope that they don't actually want additional details. And of course, that simply comes from both the relationship that you have with your friend. Okay, like a friend of mine before said, if we went to Tijuana and went to Hong Kong, he'd pay. All right. That you know what, I appreciate the confidence in Igo. This is a bit heavy for today. How about that? Let's leave it at that. All right. Finally, some refreshments. Alright, let's see if we can travel back. So we make it all the way to level 6. And I think we gotta find our way all the way back to the centaurs. And voila, ask and you shall receive. Happy to make your evening, as they say. Alright, this time... Well, I don't know that we're actually changing our game plan here. I wonder if using the control stick actually is any better for this. I actually feel like my reflexes are probably not as good using it. Nice. Imagine that, we actually made it to the 3 digits on the rupees. Sure would be nice if in this game you could actually catch fairies with bottles. See, sorry, that's your second-hand embarrassment. It was embarrassing for him to tell me in my face while eating. Huh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that things, you guys don't see eye to eye. If I could just attack these chumps from the door. Let me try to see pop in and out. And of course that was way too much to ask. Room traps. I seem to remember that some of these guys move out of sync if you... Maybe that's in later games. No, it doesn't work unless I destroy all of these at the before. Whoa, and here comes a like. Ah, beautiful. What are these guys, like pudding? Alright, so now we can move the stone. The sword in the stone. Actually, there's a room here that we haven't explored. Maybe we'll go on this side first. No, maybe that wasn't it. Yeah, I was mistaken. Okay, the next room does not have whiz robes. Sorry, it does not have like legs, but it does have whiz robes. These guys just essentially keep coming at you no matter what. Alright, well, I guess after my next falling, I do have to go and purchase some medicine. think this is where we can actually place that bomb. Oh. Just came in and came right out. Of course, I walk into one of them immediately. This game would definitely benefit from what are you even supposed to do in that situation? Wow. Alright, and there is... Oh, we'll come back over here when we have some more energy. I don't know that the magic rod has actually simplified this particular trek. Okay. So if I want to retrace my steps, I'm gonna go north, and I really want to retrace my steps because I want to improve, but I am going here. And like I said, unfortunately the magic rod beams are not as powerful as the sword beams, which I guess is a fair trade-off. And so yes, we know. The room below is actually the room where I perished the first time around. I don't know that there's anything worthwhile in here, but I will just leave. How about that? And this is a room that I haven't explored. Wow. Oh, good. Okay, so one key down. Like I said, I don't really need to finish up that room. It is essentially madness. And I think what we're going to do is, the way to the boss is actually down. We're not going to go there right now. We're going to go outside and we're going to find ourselves some hearts and some medicine. Actually, will using the whistle get me back to the front door? No. That's a mechanic from the newer games. Oh, great. I don't know that there's a bedroom. At the very least, if I perish, they'll just send me back to the beginning. Seriously, come on, take the thing. I know that one of these rooms is full of witch robes, so I don't really think I'm gonna make it here. And at this point, any hit is actually going to send me back anyways. Of course. Oh, I forgot my beam. Huzzah! I might actually make it out in one piece. Maybe at least for the red ones I need to just wait until they fire and then go for the kill. Maybe. Imagine that being patient helps out. Alright, let's go teleport back. And let's buy us some potions. See, I'm invested in your stream, Ales. I usually watch your whole stream and interact with you. I always love to wonder how do some girls keep their viewership without it dropping when she's not validating all her viewers and isn't as interesting. Yeah, that's well, that's I honestly think that that's kind of a case-by-case question, right? I think we've talked about this particular topic before, and it might not necessarily be who that person is or how they interact with their viewers. Sometimes it is, you know, I would love to be the most cynical guy in the world and suggest that, you know what, some people do get their viewership from very superficial things. Sometimes that's not the case. I don't think we're actually deliberating this particular point though. Like, do people have multiple tabs open, or how do they just stay in the stream and keep her afloat? I usually say a comment and jump stream to stream. I'm surprised more people don't do that. Well, I definitely am the sort that whenever I'm not particularly paying attention to any stream because I might be trying to work on a project, or I don't know, watch some videos. There are sometimes when I'd like to visit a streamer that I enjoy, but at that moment they might not be particularly discussing something that I'm interested in, or sometimes they're playing a game that I'm not particularly familiar with. And so sometimes I will just simply leave a tab open to give them some support. So that does happen, and I will admit that I do that with maybe 2 or 3 different tabs at times. I feel like I shouldn't be doing that. I feel like if, you know, I guess in a perfect world, if I was watching a stream, I would be fully engaged with the things that the people are saying. But yeah, I can't imagine that every single person out there is not multitasking when it comes to watching streams. But again, certainly appreciate you considering this this stream worthwhile. Let's head back to level 6. I feel like one common theme that I constantly hear about from more popular streams is just the fact that they feel like they have to keep up and like interact in other ways, like be it their Discord or their Twitters or their Instagrams, and all this other stuff. And then of course that not without even saying the fact that they do have to stream for several hours a day, which, you know, from my perspective, somebody who has very limited time to play is actually sounds refreshing. It's like, ooh, I have to play a lot of games for several hours a day. But I would imagine that somebody that is into that particular routine might find it actually very challenging, or at least a little bit more difficult. You play chill games and then give your honest opinion. It's cool. Well, like I said, I'm happy that you enjoy this content. I am doing the best I can. And I don't think I can do any more than this. Not in this particular stage in my life. But I certainly wish I could do more. Alright, so this time we're gonna go straight for the boss room. What time do I have here? 1:02. Okay, we should be actually close to wrapping up the first hour. What I like to call the rawest war block of the stream before we enter the war zone. Now that's a callback. Nice. You know what, I'll take that break as soon as I finish this level. I feel like I've been hanging around level 6 way too long here. Oh, great. I can't even throw a boomerang from here. Ah, oh, great. Nice. Wow, I can't get into the dang door. Ah, this room. To your health. Okay. Let's see, I got a financial question this time. I know you're no accountant, but just your philosophy on something regarding how I got my money and how I decided to spend it. Facts. Sure. Fire away, as they say. And you were right, I'm actually no accountant. Imagine that. Ah, they just keep coming. It's almost like they block the like. Okay. Beautiful. Of course, this room completely drained me. And I know what this room is. And I'm not even bothering to finish it. Ah, great. Oh, I should have just taken that watch. Okay. When actually upstairs, I should have gotten a key. Probably gonna use a potion. Of course, now I can't actually go back. I remember when these guys were tough. Like Slippy once said, these guys are tough. And once again, it's the sort of thing where they just run into you. Okay. I must have gotten the key already. Oh, great, one of these. Ah, here we go. Sweet Justice. Okay, and then we move the stone. And one more. The deed is done. And we're at the nose of the dragon. I guess this is the one place where having the wand is a boon. Let it be known, though, that the only reason why it is as useful as it is in these rooms, it is simply because they have these bubbles in here. If they didn't, it would be quite a different situation. Nice. Let's light this up. Where were we hanging out? Okay, nothing special. Let's see, did I do good for 4 years with 45k? I'm down to my last 6k. I mean, I think that seems to be good, moderate living, nothing too lavish, but you can certainly seem to have done well. Now, by suggesting you're down to your last 6k, are you suggesting that that is what you have in, like, say, savings, or? Yeah, I'm not understanding that part. Alright, let's move on. Oh, great. Let's see, my dad gave me 45,000 4 years ago, just for anything. I still live with him, and my mom, she also got 45,000. She hasn't spent a dollar of that. I spent it on clothes, shoes, food, games, digital content, Ubers, concerts, events, physical stuff. Fair enough. But I've had the stomach issue for 4 years, and I just recently got rid of my stomach issue, and it's like I didn't enjoy the money, especially with the food, because my stomach was messed up and I couldn't sit down for long periods to play games or enjoy all the way because of discomfort. Gotcha. That's why context was missing. Now that's understandable. Oh, okay, I understand now. Well, let's I guess it all depends on how much you place value in enjoying the aspect of life that is enjoying food. I certainly have a few friends that a large part of the joy of life, or joie de vivre, simply comes from enjoying good food. Now, I guess let me ask it this way: had you not had a stomach related issue, oh jeez, and you were placed in the same situation, do you know what you would have done, or do you know the things that you would have enjoyed? Bombs, of course. Nothing particularly useful. I can relate, food is king. Yeah, and I am certainly of the sort that I definitely enjoy good food. I am no foodie per se, but I definitely look forward to opportunities where I can enjoy things that are delicious, even if it's the most simplistic things, like even cheap pizzas is a delight. But maybe that's taking it a step too far. And here's Goma. I might, let's see. I might have been unwise with my funds, but this is just a quick reaction to your question. Because I learned so much from this pain. It was my personal struggle in life. I'm assuming that it taught you about yourself. I guess let me kind of flip it around on you. Had you had the opportunity to eat whatever you wanted during this time period of where you were enjoying yourself with clothes and shoes and all that stuff, would you have had the capacity to enjoy those things at the same clip? And would you have been able to enjoy those aspects of life in the same quality? And I don't know that that's a balanced equation in any sort of way. But if you feel like any part of these past few years enjoying the things that you were able to enjoy were a waste, then maybe the question of would you have enjoyed things as much have you not had the issue kind of answers itself. That was a lot of that was very wordy, but I'm trying to make sense here. I would have been happier, but then again, I appreciate life a lot more from having this pain. No doubt, I do think that one of the ways that limitations in life make you appreciate life more is it kind of makes you see how valuable some things are, as minimal as they might be. It's almost like they open your eye to certain aspects of life that you wouldn't have paid attention to. Wow, there it goes. Okay. 1 arrow. That's crazy. And level 6 is over. What a struggle, folks. Two more dungeons. Okay. Even after I started getting better, the money felt like it wasn't leaving my bank or pockets. All thought it was. All thought it was. It didn't feel like it. Yeah, I'm sorry that it affected you that significantly. It sounds like it was rather critical for you. But going back to the question at hand, I don't think you wasted your time or you wasted your money. You did the things that you wanted to do, and you enjoyed yourself to the best of your ability. If anything, it was as a let me see, as dissatisfying as it might sound, you found a way to enjoy life that most people wouldn't have found had they not had this particular limitation. And that in itself, I feel, has some value. let's see, that's one cool thing I learned about not having money to having money. When you trip out or not losing money, you feel it's depleting, but when you don't trip, it's like it stays and more will come. Yeah, I can see that perspective, and I appreciate your last words. I love it. It sits with me. Well, I'm glad you found some value in that. Like I said, I would not for a moment suggest that you wasted your time there. There's very few investments you can make as valuable as learning about yourself. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break in just a minute. I'm just trying to find a safe spot here. Let's go back to where it all began. I love that you can teach me to be kinder to myself. I forget sometimes. Well, that's certainly something that you shouldn't forget, and that is certainly something that I mean to remind you every time it seems apt. But with that heavy thought, let's go ahead and go to our break scene here. I will be back in about 5 minutes, and then we'll see what else is on tap. And let's go over here. And we are back. Welcome back to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Alewolf, otherwise known as Ales, Beer Goggles 21, Barstool Philosopher. And we are in the middle of our Legend of Zelda campaign. We just finished level 6. We're still in the first quest, but we haven't completely lost heart just yet. And I decided to go grab something else. This might be something that I've had on stream before, though not anytime recently. This is Delirium Nocturnum, which is a beer from Belgium. It is from the brewery. This has a very long name. The Family Brewery Haig. Let's assume that it's pronounced Haig. Delirium Nocturnum is a quadruple, which is a beer style that is, I don't know if necessarily it emanates from Belgium, but at the very least, canonically it follows from two other beer styles, Belgian doubles, or 2, and Belgian triples, or 3. Quadruples, of course, suggest 4. And the idea there is that it vaguely suggests how alcoholic in strength that particular beer is, but I also believe it's supposed to also suggest the idea of how many main ingredients that particular beer has. Now, the interesting thing is that Belgian doubles and quadruples are slightly darker in color. They're generally like brownish, reddish, and quadruples are actually a little bit darker than that, whereas triples are actually golden in color. So go figure. If there was such a thing as a single, it would be light in color, then a double dark, triple light, quadruple dark. Quadruples are a little bit close to porters and red ales, I want to say. They are caramel in flavor, but of course because they're Belgian, or at least in Belgian inspired, they have lots of spices, which gives their taste a bit of a complex profile. Again, they're the most alcoholic in terms of their particular tree there, and that's I think that's as much as I've got to say. Let's see if Untapped has a little bit more to describe here. Okay, so nothing more than an 8.5 alcohol by volume. Color and sight: dark chocolate brown with compact foam, white yellow, stable and creamy. Odor touches of caramel, mocha and chocolate. Spices such as licorice and coriander are also present, and coriander is actually quite prominent in Belgian beers. Taste. Initially a very pleasant sensation in the mouth of alcohol and softness. It is followed by a growing bitterness, which comes partly from hops, but also from roasted malt and chocolate malt. Nice. Towards the end, pleasant balance between bitter, sour, and sweet notes. So essentially all the flavors and all the spices. Kind of interesting. Chocolate malt is something that you see in stouts and porters, so that's where that particular flavor profile comes from. But like I said, coriander and licorice are spices that you find in a lot of Belgian beers. And then when you're talking about caramel and mocha, that's more of a brown ale sort of thing. So it's kind of like this happy concoction there. With all that being said, let's go ahead and taste this guy and see what the true story is like. See exactly where we stand. And this can unfortunately seems to have taken a beating, which means that there is a fair chance that it's going to blow on me. So let me move my mouse away. Okay, it seems okay. Not too shabby. So a rich reddish brown, translucent but not transparent. A very sweet head. It almost reminds me a little bit of barley wine, but not as sticky as barley wine sweetness tends to be. Some caramel notes there. Fingernail. So very rich. I want to say it's sweeter than you would expect a dark beer sorry, sweeter than you would expect a red ale to be. Very little in terms of bitterness. I want to say that it's there, but it's a little bit more at the finish, where it kind of aggregates very slowly. In terms of body, a 2 out of 5, maybe 2.5 if you're being generous. Very good mouthfeel, good comfort. It certainly grasps the tongue and doesn't let it go. Some slight graininess, though I think the more prevalent virtue there is the sweet character. A very enjoyable drink, though, something that I wouldn't necessarily chug or drink with speed. It definitely shows its alcoholic strength. Let me go ahead and update my ticker here, just in case anyone pops in and wonders, why am I watching this? I should be going to sleep, getting ready for work. Also, what is that fella drinking? Alright, so there's that. With that, let me go ahead and rate this beer. Seems like I gave it 4 stars before. I think 4 is actually quite good because it's a quadruple. Actually, 4 sits quite well with me. It is very delicious. Though in terms of complexity when it comes to the spices, I feel like there's a little bit more to be desired, and maybe it's because it's not a draft beer. Yeah, maybe I need to sit on it, but for now it's getting a 4. Beautiful. So, with that, let's go ahead and get back to our game. So we're going to level 7. Oh, and I actually didn't put the volume back here. Now, actually level 7 is very close to level 3, so let me warp whistle all the way over there. And let me find my map over here. Yeah. So this is level 2, I believe. I don't want to go here. One factoid that I realized only later in life is the fact that the warp whistle here is actually the same warp whistle from Super Mario Bros. 3. Even though I played both of these games a lot during my youth, I failed to notice that they actually have the same exact tune. So that's kind of fun. So if you will recall earlier in stream, the old man did give me a hint about playing the whistle where fairies don't exist. And so this is a conventional fairy fountain, of course. But if we go right next door, and actually one thing I should do before going in here is buying some meat. So sorry for promising something that I wasn't gonna follow up on immediately, but there goes these blasted ads again. Relentless, I say, relentless. Maybe if I silence this window, Can I do that? Ah, that's obnoxious. Mute site. There we go. I think not. My good man. Okay. And here's the meat that I wanted. Okay. And I think I specifically need it for level 7. Once again, I find myself running low on coins, rupees. Let's see, just a second here. Okay, I think we're good. Now let's move on to the other side. I can't wait to see you on the other side. Alright. So you would generally assume that there's a fairy here, but there is no fairy. And the mystery is revealed. Level 7. And this is the demon. Let's see. Oh, come on. All of these blasted ads. Okay. That's okay. The world is our oyster. And I think these are mold arms. I used to assume that these were boss enemies, but maybe not. And the best cure for bats is the boomerang. And I defeated the boss. I think it's in this level that we get the red candle, which takes away that limitation where you can't shoot more than once. Okay. So let's go all the way to the right first. Okay, and these are the tougher boomerang wielding enemies. Fortunately, we can fire all the way from over here. Nice. Okay, let's keep moving right. And another dig dogger. What a weird name, Dig Dogger. I wonder if it's one of these names from the original Dungeons and Dragons monster manual. Why are these things still firing? And there's a key here. Nice. And I think that's just the last thing that you can actually do here. Okay, let's move across. Let's go up. There's a secret at the tip of the nose, and I'm assuming that's the demon here. Whatever you say. It would sure be nice, given all the buttons that I have on my controller, that I might be able to hold more than one thing at the same time. Have I actually been? No, I have not. Let's go up. I love it when the challenge that presents itself before me is a room of stall foes. Very reassuring. Like having a home-cooked meal. And there's our compass. Once again, not necessarily the most useful thing in the world, but I'll take it. These guys are tough. Okay. I think we can bomb this. Indeed. I need my wand. Nice. And this is the entrance to the dungeon. Okay. I tend to forget how many doors there were here that could be opened with a bomb, but I feel like, given the number of dungeons that I've gone through, many places that I wouldn't have assumed bombable were actually bombable this entire time. And the worms, or ropes, these are from dungeon number 2. Oh, come on. I just had my beams back. What is... I guess I must have gotten the key, and that is enough. And that will be enough. Okay, so more dodongos. I bet you'd like to have more bombs. Ah, and it costs 100. Okay, I need to come back here. Once I have 100, let me not forget that. Oh, come on. So I've been there. Only way to go is up. But let's just connect the link. Dual links. Gotta take these guys out. You know, from far away, these guys seem like they have mustaches. Okay. Just stand here while I look at this map. I think upstairs there's a dig dogger. Every time I say dig dogger, I think of TikToker. Is that what they call people who post in TikTok, TikTokers? Who knows? And there's a dig dogger here. Maybe I already said that. Come on, get over here. Nice. I guess that was pointless. Kneel before the might of my magic wand. And only halfway there, I need 100. And grumble, grumble. And this is exactly why I needed that meat. Imagine that, an RPG puzzle in an actual RPG. There's our map. I should buy that. For the sake of completion. Not that I will ever use it again. Ah, bubbles. I should probably turn on the lights. Beautiful. Okay. I could use that right now. Okay. So we are here. If we bomb right there... In theory, this is the last room according to the map, but of course there's lots of places that are not outlined by the map. Now, if only those had been 5s, I would be in a much better position. Full of boomerang wielding baddies. Come on. Nice. Okay. So another 5. Sure, let's go this way. Oh, come on. There's a bombable space here. No, there is not. What am I trying to seek here? Maybe I got already what I needed to get. But there is something in the eye. Nice. Finally. Oh, come on. Okay. So I've been to that side before. Probably not. Let's go into the eye of the storm. Speaking of the eye of the storm, every time I talk about the eye of the storm, I think of the eye of the hurricane. And every time I think about the eye of the hurricane, I think of a tornado. And of course, every time I think about a tornado, I think about that scene from Man of Steel. Where Pa Kent tells Superman not to save him. I wish I understood why people don't like that scene. I think the principal there was trying to show Clark that he should not show his powers off no matter what the situation was. And because he had taught taught him to live in this way, that he wasn't going to let this particular situation turn things around. Oh, jeez. And it kind of just suggested to me the idea that Pa Kent wasn't going to turn on his principle simply because his life was at stake. Which I thought was beautiful characterization. And because of the outcome, it kind of just made you feel how strong that particular determination was. So, you know, I'm not about to say that the movie was brilliant, but that scene always makes me feel very strongly. Yeah. And that's all I have to say about that. And more of these guys. It's certainly nice that the main enemy in this dungeon has been these fellas. I feel like every level has one specific enemy that roams most corridors. Like in level 1 it was the Stalfos. In level 2 it was the ropes or snakes. Level 3 was the slimes. 4 was the vampires. 5 was maybe the Gibdos, maybe the Pole's voice. 6 was the Wizrobes, of course. And then 7 we got the blue, I think Gorillas, that's what they're called. Welcome back, in I go. Welcome back. Let's go upstairs. How fast can we fire? It's a thing of beauty. Okay, so that's that. $80 coins, that's 4/5 out of the way. And once you know this guy's gimmick, I wonder why they keep presenting blasted statues. They essentially put you in this bullet hell type situation. And more Dodongos, of course. They're not moving. It's generally easier to get them closer to this side of the room, since you can't misjudge how far away they are. Down they go. Nice. And this is where we drop those bombs. The tip of the nose, of course. Wall Masters. Okay. Oh, come on. Nice. Of course you had to do that. Nice. Except, of course, we immediately get taken away. Nice. Sword beams are back. Okay, so this is where dungeons start getting to be rather lengthy. And thank goodness I still have my shield with me. Ah, life is good. LG. So we got past that Gorilla. Okay. And certainly these beverages are dulling the senses. I think we're supposed to go all the way to the nose, yes. Except this room doesn't actually allow us to proceed. I see. If only the coins were back. Of course I had to walk right into the boomerang. Beautiful. Only 14 coins away. Okay. So the boss room is next, but here's my prize, the red candle. Beautiful. So the nice thing about the red candle, of course, is the fact that it allows us to fire in multiple directions. Not in multiple directions, multiple times. I wonder why I didn't pick it up the first time. Nine coins away. Nice. And that's where Dig Dogger was. I am not dealing with these boys right now. And so the idea here was to take care of the wall masters. Oh, come on. Okay, so now that we've gotten rid of all of these. Okay. Whew. And of course, as always, don't drink when you're starting a new screen. But at the same time, drink. These underground scenes always remind me a little bit of the castles from Super Mario Bros. The first. At least in brick design. It almost made it seem like the games were connected. Oh, this is not what I wanted. Nice. Okay. So we are here. And let's just bomb our way to the boss's room. Boom. And the interesting thing here is that the boss that we faced in that second and a half that you just saw is the Aquamentus, which was the boss from level the first. And as far as I can tell, they didn't actually do anything to make him stronger. It's kind of funny. We're not done with this dungeon, unfortunately. We still have to get that extra bomb upgrade. And I think we missed a room. So we're not done yet, folks. Not by a long shot. And that Triforce is almost complete. We just need the piece from level 8. $98 coins. I think we can scrunch up 2 more coins on the way there. Maybe. And like I said, there's exactly one room we haven't visited. Why did I do that? Almost there. And there we go. And this is quite the pursuit here. Wow, totally missed that. Okay, so I think we can bomb the sidewalk here for that room that I missed. And one more key. So then let's just go collect that bomb upgrade, and I think we will be done with this dungeon. Oh, come on, let me cross. Yes, I would. 16 bombs. Nice. And that should give us enough strength to destroy these Dodongos, which we didn't the first time around. Down he goes. And just wasting bombs here left and right, folks. And hardly repayment for our problems. Let's get out of here. And this is not where we want to be. Let's just move. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. And with that, that didn't seem to do anything. Okay. So, I think we'll just wrap it up there, folks. We'll pick up with level 8 next time, which will probably be next week. But yeah, that was the Else and Fails Swiss stream. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, those of you who are watching. And certainly bots who happen to be watching. Once the singularity takes place, please remember the fact that I thanked you for enjoying this stream as well. Thank you very much for the company, and certainly the chatter here. I will be back tomorrow playing Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. I am vaguely hoping that potentially I finish the game, but don't quote me on that. It might simply be another grind fest. And you know what? That's okay. Playing Travis Strikes Again is fun no matter how you slice it. Yeah, but that is it for tonight, folks. as I'd like to end these streams, stay thirsty, Alpac. Get a good night's rest, and we'll see you again.